Now you're ready to grade your Google Forms. So I have my Google Form open, my Flubaroo assessment. So notice there's a responses, and notice I have 4 responses. I created some dummy responses to give me some responses to grade. So notice we have a summary tab where if you scroll down, you can see some different statistics of how people answered their questions. You could also click the individual tab, but that's there again a little cumbersome, because if you have 170 different students, that would be a little much. So notice there's this little green, it says create spreadsheet. So that's what we want. Okay, we want to create a new spreadsheet, and notice it's asking for a name, Flubaroo assessment responses. Usually the default's pretty good. So if you will create it, it will open. It puts all your responses into a Google Sheet. Okay, there again it takes maybe a little time. So let's go back to add-on. So go back to Flubaroo. So the first thing you got to do is you got to enable Flubaroo so it can actually use this sheet for grading. Okay, it's now been enabled. Go back to add-ons again, Flubaroo. There we are. We're going to grade the assignment. It's going to have some different pop-ups. Okay, there again, step 1. They're just showing that the first 3 questions are identifiers. And then you got your normal grading. Okay, you can assign how many points you want each question to be. Okay, let's do that as identify a student, because it's just their Gmail address, so that way if they don't have the same Gmail address as me, they're not being counted off. Okay, the next one is going to ask for a key. Basically, which response do you want as the key? So that's the one where you pick your own responses. So hopefully you answered them correctly. So it takes a little time, but it's usually pretty quick. Even with, I think I've done it up with 26 students so far on some examples, and it's still pretty fast. So here, if you will notice, okay, it sort of reformats your Google Sheet here, but it gives you the percentage. Okay, looks like Jim got 100%. Each of the other one looks like they missed a question or two, and then they'll even give you a class average. So if you wanted to set this up for each class, it can give you the class average, and then you can do a few other statistics on it if you would like.